Let's talk a little bit about boundaries and respect. Because I come from an abusive family who does not know those meanings of those words. There's no boundaries and there's no respect in my family. Kathy has people bombarding me saying, well, you need a boyfriend. James is available. Kathy gave her blessing. Boyfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend. I do not want a boyfriend. I am not seeking a romantic or sexual relationship with anyone, literally ever again in my life. The fact that my family has zero respect for that boundary that I have set proves exactly how abusive they are. Because I can say, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want a man. I don't want a woman. I don't want another person in my life that close to me. And my family's response is, well, she doesn't know what she wants. We know what she wants and what she needs. And if she would just listen to us and do what we say, her life would be fine. So just go and date this guy. God, all you have to do is get a man to take care of you. Right? I don't want a man to take care of me. Technically, I have a man taking care of me. It's Uncle Sam. Got it. Covered. Uncle Sam is my sugar daddy. He's taking good care of me right now, so I don't need any other man. And I don't need my family trying to set me up with men that I don't want to be with. There's a very good reason I don't want to be with men. Or a woman. Don't take this as me just being a man hater. I don't want a girlfriend either. It is one of the things that I have been dealing with since the murder. It is one of the things that has been difficult for me, even though nobody believes I suffer anything from the murder. I do. One of those things is that I cannot feel sex at all. Nothing. My body responds normally, and I'm told that it feels wonderful, but my brain does not get any of the endorphins. There's like a block that as soon as sex starts, I go numb, and I no longer feel anything. Now, there's not much point in being with a man if you can't feel anything, is there? And personally, I don't think it'd be fair to any man to be with a woman who couldn't fully enjoy him. And I know that relationships are not all about sex, but I also don't have the ability to love. So that's kind of a shitty deal for the man, isn't it? You're going to get a woman who can't love you and can't feel you. Why would I do that to somebody? It's not right. And it's not fair. Not to him or me. It's not fair to me that even though I have made my feelings on this matter extremely clear, my own family still pushes against my wants and my emotional needs to tell me what I need to do, what they believe that I need to do, how much better my life would be if I would just do what they say. But they're not living my life. I am. I'm living my life. Kathy jumps from man to make sure she has what she needs. That's why all of her children have a different father. That's why the man she's with now bought his child from her, because they only have one child together. And he paid Kathy $10,000, and if Kathy ever left his ass, he got to keep his daughter. Because she had so many kids with so many other men, and she got the kids every damn time. And he wanted to make sure that he was going to keep his kid. Right? So no, Kathy, I'm not going to be like you and just keep jumping from man to man until I find one rich enough to keep me. Jennifer did that. You taught her great. Absolutely. You taught her, everything she needs to know to keep man jumping. I'm not interested in that life. That's your life. I don't want it. I'm not out here trying to use people, make them believe that I care about them just to take whatever they have. That's you. That's my family. In a nutshell, they don't care about people, they just care about things, and they can easily make you believe they care about you and use you for everything you have and then throw you away and never think about you again. I can't. I'm different. And my family will never respect that, just like they will never respect my boundaries that I don't want to be with anybody. That video Kathy made giving my blessing for us is just sick. When you realize that the person she's giving her blessing to is not looking to be in a relationship. And so people say, you're lying, you can feel sex. No, I can't. Well, you were a prostitute. How can you not feel sex if you're a prostitute? Very easily. It's actually easy to be a prostitute if you can't feel anything at all and you go completely numb when it starts. Just wait till it's over. Doesn't mean anything. But if you're going to be in a relationship, then sex should mean something. And it's something that I will never be able to have meaning to again in my life. Because of the 5 weeks that I spent being beaten and raped by a man who had just murdered a woman and buried her in the backyard. My brain learned to cope with that situation by going numb. And now I can't stop it. And I'll never be able to. Now, I talked to people about this before, and they've said, well, if I couldn't feel sex, I would just kill myself. There's no point in living. I haven't felt anything sexually since 2009. But many people still believe that I don't suffer any adverse consequences from the murder because they can't see what's inside my brain. They can't see the things that I avoid because I no longer enjoy them. And they don't care to have any respect or any care about the boundaries that I've set. Just like my family. Just like the fact that Kathy will deny my mental health issues that she has known. She went on record saying, well, none of her mental health issues existed until the trial for the murder. That's not true. I started being Baker acted at 18. They diagnosed me as schizoaffective. 18 was 5 years before the murder. You don't get to say that these problems didn't exist until after, when they were finally verified 5 years before. And they would have been verified before that if my family had allowed me to get help, but they denied my help. It's very possible that I'm partly autistic. Kathy laughs and says that I used to hurt myself. Even when I was a child, I hurt myself for attention. A child does not hurt themselves for attention. If a child is self-harming, they are possibly autistic or have some other mental health issue that needs to be addressed. And a normal family would understand that. A normal family would look at a 3-year-old injuring themselves and think, we should probably get her help. My family sees a 3-year-old injuring themselves and said, "She just wants attention. Ignore her." Ignoring a child that wants attention is not anything a loving family ever does either. Who has a child and then every time that child makes noise, they look over and say, "God, it wants attention again"? Doesn't it ever stop? No, it doesn't. You brought a child into the world and that child wants your attention and love. And every time it needs your attention and love, you tell it that it just wants attention. Like that's a bad thing. Everybody wants attention, especially as children. That attention-seeking behavior that can continue on into adulthood if the parents ignore it and deny it is not something that people should be completely like, people tell me that I should just kill myself because I want to be loved. There's so much that I wish people could understand. And as long as my family is the one that is listened to, nobody will ever understand me because my family never understood me. They never tried, they never wanted to. It's much easier to make fun of somebody than it is to understand them. It's much easier to point at that child and say, "God, she stinks. She has head lice. She scratches herself. She cries all the time. What good is she?" Who wants that? Who raised that? Who created that? Whose actual responsibility was it to make sure that that child did not have head lice for 18 years? Did not go to school smelling bad? Whose responsibility was it to make sure that child understood proper boundaries? And why is the child in question as a grown-up the one that's blamed? Because nobody attempted to teach those boundaries or those respects. Because there's not any in my family. If I say I have mental health issues, they claim that that's just wanting attention and just ignore me. If I say I don't want to be in a relationship, they say that I don't know what's best for me. I just need a man to take care of me. Nothing I say holds any weight or any water when it comes to my family because they have these preconceived notions in their head that they're going to believe no matter what I tell them. But I most certainly don't want a man. I don't want to feel this way anymore. Like everything is just... Sorry. I don't want to feel like this is what the world is. That the whole world is just going to be boundary breakers and no respect and no love and no care and just gimme, 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 mine, mine, mine. I don't care about you, just give me what I need. I know that's my family, and I don't want to be like them, but I've been raised by them. And it's difficult to not become what you've been raised by. But I'm not them. I never really have been.